The only thing that this has in common with this is the word vanilla. Vanilla Aura from Maison Asrar seems to be the latest propaganda piece in the perpetual tug of war between the dupe truthers and the dupe deniers. Believe me, this battle has played out ad nauseum. This is just the latest installment. The question is essentially whether this $35 fragrance can replicate a $700 fragrance. Here I have my decant of Vanille Planifolia because in what world am I going to spend $700 on a perfume? Not this one. I have also taken the time to do several wear tests of both into the deep dry down to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. Vanille Planifolia is touted as a super vanilla due to the high concentration of natural vanilla extract in here. They make a big point to tell you a lot about it, that it takes them 21 days to make the tincture. In my opinion, the high price tag, like all other luxury goods, is used as a barrier to entry to telegraph the luxury status of the buyer. So using a $700 price tag as proof negative that a $35 dupe can't ever come close is really just a fallacy, because price is not really indicative of cost to manufacture or anything else other than the brand just wanted to charge you that amount of money. That being said, Vanilla Aura is not a dupe. I categorize a dupe as anything 80% the same or more. Vanilla Aura falls perhaps in the 40 to 50% range. It shares the same root beer drenched vanilla that Vanille Planifolia absolutely does have. To those lobbing, it smells like root beer to Vanilla Aura as an insult, I regret to inform you that Vanille Planifolia also has a root beer essence to it. Vanille Planifolia's greatest strength is that it's a simple vanilla. It's simple, it's spiced, it really doesn't serve much more purpose than to be a very rich, deep vanilla. And for many people, that's a plus. I see the pitchforks, I'm simplifying. I understand that it's more than vanilla, but you understand my point. Vanilla Aura, while it shares some of that similar like root beer vanilla-ness, differs in pretty much every other way. There's a strangely citrusy opening, which I wasn't really expecting, but looking at the notes, obviously it makes sense. I actually do happen to pick up on the chocolate accord that was put in here. I think that was added to kind of round out the fragrance, but what I'm actually getting in spades is sandalwood. There's a very interesting woody quality to Vanilla Aura's dry down that I'm not getting from Vanille Planifolia, either on the skin or on paper. The best analogy that I can give you is that these are two college students and they've taken some classes together, but they are in completely different major programs. On its own, I do like Vanilla Aura, which by the way, dupes or supposed dupes are allowed to exist on their own. Like, you're allowed to like it even if it doesn't do a good job at being a dupe, if that makes sense. I happen to get a very interesting woody complex vanilla. I've read a ton of reviews, I've watched a bunch of reaction videos. I can completely see the people who don't like this, and I can understand why, because I fully understand where this can go wrong. And if you're really sensitive to whatever's making this smell like root beer, which in some fragrances I happen to be, hello, Caramel Cascade, I completely sympathize and empathize with the journey that something like this might take you on where it just smells awful. I can also completely understand the frustration in people saying this is a